So what's on the agenda today? Hey everybody, it's Ryan. Welcome back to How Farms Work. So today we are going out to cut down my 26 acres of oats that has been growing. Currently it is headed out. We left it sit for a little bit longer than I would have liked. But unfortunately, with the way that the weather's been, there was no way we were gonna get in there to cut it. And right now they're forecasting we're not supposed to have any rain for the rest of the week. That means that it's time to cut down as much hay as freaking possible. So we got the John Deere Moco 735 all ready to go. Travis went out last night, and mowed down all of what's out at my place. All of Dad's oats and the alfalfa out there. And what we have left today is my 26 acres of oats. And Travis is gonna go out again later tonight and cut down the grass down at his place at British. So we're gonna take the 76 out. We gotta fill it up. And when we come back, Travis is probably gonna take off with this, and I'm gonna trade him for the tedder. He's gonna go out and ted everything that he cut last night. While I'm busy doing this. So let's fire the 76 up and go cut down some oats. We're good. Calvin! What's up, buddy? What's up, huh? What's up, Calvin? What's up, dude? All right, which one of you is riding with me? You gotta duke it out here. I'm just kidding. Rocket, I know you're coming to me. Yep. Oh, that's all right, buddy. There you go. Yes, that was the JCB back there. It's still here. We're using it on the farm until further notice. And we plan on using it later this week. We're gonna have one skid steer out at my hay field, or oats field, and then we're gonna be having one out at my place. We're gonna be moving all the hay out to my place, and then we are going to be using a wrapper to wrap the oats to help preserve it. Right now we're filling up out of Dad's fuel tank because everything that Travis cut yesterday was Dad's. When I get back, I'm gonna fill it up out of Travis and I's tank, which does have a meter on it. Yeah. We're gonna go through and cut it almost failure. This is what you're supposed to do, isn't it? Oh, for tetanus? Yeah, aren't you supposed to make it a narrow windrow and then
so it dries? The ground is dry. I mean,
true.
It rained. That last nasty storm was what, a week ago?
Yeah.
And the ground is plenty dry. We're not doing it in windrows, the ground dry, but just the nature of the crop, because it's not as long as we'd like it to be where the grass is, but on the new seeding, it's the stuff I cut last night. Even when it was spread out wide, it was still throwing it mainly in the center. So if we're gonna go through and ted it anyway, I'd rather just put it in a tight windrow so the tedder can be used effectively.
Yep.
And should be pretty well set to go. I got my phone on me.
Yep.
If something goes south, call somebody else.
Yeah. at the farm where we are going to be cutting oats. If you guys haven't seen the video of me installing the Wheelman on the 7600 yet, it will be coming out shortly, or if you haven't seen it yet and it is out, be sure to go back and check it out. We removed the Wheelman from the 7600, and to install this unit back on a tractor, it's really simple. It's pretty much just a two-step process. Here is the drive wheel. What you're going to do is make sure that this is meshed with the drive rings here when you install it. So we're going to go ahead and slap this back on there. Lower that ring down. We're going to lock it into place. Now the Wheelman's installed. All we have to do, we have the power cord here, which it uses to communicate with the RIMU as well as the globe on top of the tractor. We're going to install it. And like so. We're ready to cut oats. Let's get started. Now we're standing out in the oats and I'm getting ready to cut it. So looking at the heads of the oats, it's obviously past boot stage, which boot stage is right before the grains emerge from the plant. And we are currently in the soft dough stage. So you can identify the soft dough stage, or at least I was taught this is how you tell, is if you take the grain out of the head of the plant, and if you can cut it with your thumbnail, it's in the soft dough stage. So if I squeeze this, and it came out, but it's still milky in there. So I can still cut it with my thumbnail. When I squeeze it, the grain is still soft on the inside. It's not hard at all, and it's still very milky. Your forage quality will vary depending on when you cut the oats. If you cut it before the boot stage, that is typically when you have the highest forage quality. But if you wait and let it enter the dough stage, which it is in now, you don't have quite as high of forage quality, but you have more yield. But I think that if we wrap this and let it ferment, it should do us a fairly good job getting us through the winter. Depending on how much we have, we're not totally sure yet how we're looking yet, but I think we're going to be a little bit short on hay. So let's go ahead and get started with the 7600. Oh boy. This looks like a job for the JCB. Now this is actually kind of tricky with the offset mower. The Moco is off to the side of the tractor. However, the GPS really only needs to know that it's going straight back and forth. So since my first passes weren't straight and I still want to get everything, what I'm doing is I'm controlling how far out the Moco is going, and And whenever it gets too far out and I need to pull it back in, I pull it back in as far as I need to, and that makes it kind of slowly, just makes it more and more straight every time. So right now we're going with an 89-degree heading, and this is working very well. But once we get going, I imagine that I'll have the settings all correlated properly to where I can have it fully extended out. And the tractor's doing a really good job at staying right over where our previous pass was. Right up here you can see, this was before I engaged the auto steer, so it's a little bit curvy. Look at this old rust bucket. We got a lot of pollen on the mower. Now, if you look up here, you may see a lot of movement. And what a lot of these are aphids. We got a stink bug right there. But what aphids are a small green insect that propagate very quickly, and typically they don't really harm your plant unless there is a lot of them, which is why they don't really recommend you spray your fields with insecticides to kill aphids unless you have about 5% of your plant tips with aphids on them. And typically they'll always go to the newer, fresher growth because they have a proboscis that they stick into the plant and suck the juices out. So everything here is chopped down and looking good, but we're gonna come back tomorrow and ted it, and then once it dries out to where we think we should bale it and wrap it, we're gonna do so. We're gonna, typically you don't want to ted oats, I don't think, unless you really have to. We're trying to get this done relatively quickly, so we want to spread it out, but it's still fairly wet underneath. Coming through tonight and tedding it wouldn't be very effective or very good, just because the dew is going to settle on the oats. So we're going to come back in the morning and ted everything out, and then that way it has a full day to try all of the oats. So we're going to pack things up and head back to the farm. Wait a second. Where's my hat? Excuse me, Rocket. What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? I'll take this back. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Don't forget to like and comment on this video, as well as subscribe and activate the notification bell. If you guys are interested in the Wheelman Flex, be sure to go down to their website in the description and use their code JulyKister50 to save $50 and get free shipping on your order of Wheelman. I know that a lot of you were saying that you were interested in the Wheelman when we did the Pro demo on the farm earlier this spring. So I talked to Wheelman, got you guys a discount if you're interested. And I know that some of you had mentioned that you were interested in buying. So that's it for this video. Take care. Sail.